Yo, just got back from watching Fate of the Furious. Yo, much better than I thought it was gonna be. I was like, oh, another crap movie. And this is coming from someone that's a fan. I'm a real fan. Now let's be honest, some of these movies really suck. And then you think this is the first one without, you know, Paul Walker, and it's like, oh, this is gonna be garbage. How do you even bother to continue this franchise? The movie delivers. In fact, I am going to give this movie an A. This movie handles it. If you watch these movies because you are in love with the characters and the character development, who they become, know their story, definitely watch it. It is good for that. If you're into seeing people get their ass beat by other people, just hardcore, mostly The Rock, but still, people getting their ass beat, that satisfaction of that sound effect when they get punched in the gut or face into the ground, you're gonna like this movie. If you're a fan of street racing, you're not gonna like this movie because there's no racing anymore. It's not racing anymore. I'm just kidding, there's racing. Not really. There's one race, one street race, and it's one of the best street races in all these freaking movies. I'm gonna break down really quick why. If you're a car guy, you know the things that can happen to an engine when you do this kind of stuff. And I can guarantee you, in at least half these movies, the excuse for the engine not running properly is a spark plug. Spoiler alert. They do it again in this movie. Oh, it's a spark plug. That was the problem. That's why my motor almost shut off. But the one race they do have in this movie, you can see everything that is happening to the motor. They don't give you some BS reason why. You can see the effects, the certain things you're gonna do to a car. You know, like, if you do that, this is gonna happen. They do it, and you're like, here it comes, and it shows it happening. So kudos to the first race of actually seeing the problems they know that they're making happen. Bravo. Who remembers this movie? You remember the BS move they did with one of these cars that is not possible on the freeway? They brought it back. Then again, I guess ramping over submarines in the middle of the Arctic is not, well, I guess that's possible, I don't know. But the main point I'm getting at is, if you've watched the trailer, you know, okay, let's not BS it, alright? We know Dominic Toretto didn't just go rogue bad guy. You know he's being obligated to go against his team for a reason. It has to be a damn good reason. What reasons do you think it is? I had my guesses of who it might be, but I was thinking, man, maybe it's because of Brian's in trouble. I don't know. I mean, the actor died in real life, but the character lives. He's just not in the story anymore. But maybe it had to do with him? Maybe. What I will tell you though is, yes, he is doing this for a very good reason. There's no other better reason than why he is going against his own team. Enough to even kill them. And that is why I say, yes, see the movie. I don't know why, I was soaked in this movie. I was in the zone. I was like, oh no, you asked for it now. If you're a Fast and Furious fan, yes, this movie is definitely something you need to go see. Street racing, you know, it's just like the rest of them. Maybe you get one good race in, and then you have the super exotic cars that you'd never see or drive in real life, and you see them ramping around doing things that could not possibly do and somehow not get fender benders, you know, and then they all get destroyed. It's the same thing, it's just a slightly different story, but this story is much more deeper. It's a deeper story. I like it. By the way, Charlize Theron, or however you say her name, she's a bitch. The Rock is the shit. Jason Statham is the shit. Vin Diesel is the shit. One of my favorite parts of the movie, Roman Peters, always crying, always complaining about going out, dying, or losing money, and blah blah. You know how his character is. He gets his moment. He gets his 5-second window of being a badass and has his moment. It was glorious to see him actually do something badass. Like, when you go see it and you see Roman Peters be a badass, you better clap after him being a badass. Like, it was, I started clapping. I almost stood up, but I didn't. I was in the front row. I didn't want to block anybody, but it was glorious. By the way, you heard me mention Jason Statham, which was a bad guy in one of the previous films, and yeah, of course, he's brought into this because they need his expertise, or what, I don't know what the heck, but they also bring in some other previous bad guys, and some other character good guys that you don't see in the trailer. So they bring back more in it than you think. What I also like is they brought up the character Brian O'Connor, or his spirit, or legacy, however you want to put it, but he is brought up. They didn't just do away with him completely. They still acknowledge that character is still around and in our hearts and blah blah blah. you know. But I like. So yes, I recommend the movie. And real quick, last thing I want to say is if you guys have suggestions on how I can possibly do a better video regarding a movie I had watched, please let me know. I've thought a zillion ways to do it with spoilers, no spoilers. I've tried to do it with me actually going to the theater with the camera, but I don't like bringing it with me. Just give me ideas. What are some good ways to do this? Because I'm gonna watch a lot of these movies and I want to express myself, and I want you guys to comment and express yourself on what you thought of the movie, or if you think I suck at reviewing a movie, whatever. Just comment below and let me know, and I will see you guys on the next upload.